Welcome back, guys, to another Brokowskis YouTube video. Today we got 4 must-start players. These players aren't every week starters, but they have great matchups. We think they're going to do really well. Before we get into it, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like. We're going to try for 100 likes. Let's get right into it.
Our first must-start player this week is Myles Gaskin. Myles Gaskin has been a huge draft disappointment at the start, going around the 5th round, and he has not been the workhorse, but over the past 2 weeks, he's gained more and more snaps in this offense. Last week, he got 63% of the snaps. The week before, he got 72. Those are encouraging numbers. The main thing why we would say start Gaskin is he's going against the 32nd run defense. The Jets, they're averaging over 39 fantasy points per game to opposing running backs. It's an absolutely beautiful matchup. Also, Gaskin over the past 4 weeks has averaged over 15 carries a game and exactly 4 catches a game. Those are also very encouraging numbers. Even though Gaskin has burned you a lot of the time, he's very inconsistent. I think this week is going to be a boom week for Gaskin, and if you can get him in your lineup, I for sure would.
Our next must-start player is Hunter Renfrow. Ever since Ruggs left the Raiders, there's been a massive gap at wide receiver, and Renfrow has filled that very nicely. Over the past 4 weeks, his targets have been 9, 9, 8, and 5. Those are great numbers. He's been averaging around 50 yards a game, which isn't great, but it's solid. When you're getting 6, 7 catches a game, there's a pretty safe floor. He's has touchdowns the last 2 weeks, and he's going against the Cincinnati Bengals this week, which is a great matchup. We think it's going to be a very high-scoring game. Both teams we think are going to have great fantasy performances. We think Renfrow's a great play. Put him in your lineup.
Our number 3 must-start of the week is Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks, last week we all thought were going to do well. He got 14 targets. That's an insane amount, but only amounted to around 11 fantasy points. He could only haul in 6 catches against the Dolphins, but this week is another week we expect Brandon Cooks to actually do good. Last year, in the 2 games the Titans versus the Texans, both games had over 70 points of scoring. That means there's going to be a lot of touchdowns. Keep in mind, that was with Watson, but it should be a decently high-scoring game, and the only viable target on this Texans offense is Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks is Tyrod Taylor's safety blanket, so expect a bunch of targets, expect a touchdown this week, and expect a good amount of catches. Hopefully, the offense can be better than it was against Miami, and Brandon Cooks will have a good week for your fantasy team.
Our next must-start of the week is Pat Freiermuth. He's been very solid as of late. Big Ben's been trusting him more and more. His last 4 games, he has 9 targets, 6 targets, 7 targets, 7 targets. Those are great numbers. Also, last week, he didn't even have Big Ben. The offense was pretty terrible in Pittsburgh. Big Ben's coming back. He should have a great opportunity this Sunday night going against the Chargers, who are 28th against tight ends. Freiermuth has been getting more and more red zone looks, more and more red zone targets. Hopefully he can get to the end zone this week. We expect a lot of opportunities. We would put Pat Freiermuth if you don't have another good tight end on your team.
And boys, thanks so much for watching the video. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe. Every week we come up with starts and sits to make sure you guys optimize your fantasy lineups. Also, comment this keyword right here for a like and reply to your comments. Boys, let's hope you win your fantasy lineups, and thanks for watching.